So, Coach, how we doing?
How you doing, Kyle? Great
Awesome.
to see you.
Great to see you.
Let's do this.
Amen. Let's go.
All right, Kyle, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm picking the first card.
Okay.
What qualities do you look for in prospective players?
Well, this is a pretty easy question and boring if you've ever heard me talk. But number one thing is attitude. We want light bulbs. we want fountains. We don't want drains. And then obviously work ethic. And then maybe the most important one is we want people, context matters, fit matters, people that really want to be here. This is their destination. And with Stanford, that's usually people that haven't understand what Stanford is. It's that part's kind of in there. How about yourself?
I think pretty much everything you said. I'd add competitiveness.
Yeah.
You know, just players who really want to compete night in, night out, get after it in practice. And as you said, here at Stanford, we're looking for a really special, unique fit. You know, somebody who wants what we call the ultimate challenge, the very best in academics and athletics.
Amen.
All right, your turn.
All right.
What do you got?
Oops, hold on.
One at a time, Kyle, one at a time.
I know what my question is. We need to shuffle. I saw a little bit. What do you believe are the most important qualities for a head coach to have?
Being a great leader, having vision. You know, we talk about coaching as helping players and teams get to a place they can't go by themselves. And I think having a real great vision for how you're going to help a player become the absolute best that they can be, how you're going to help your team, you know, maximize what it can be. We talk about putting together a championship puzzle, and sometimes the pieces fit easier than others, but that's the fun of it. That's the challenge.
Yeah, no, that's on brand. I think why we all do it, and I've always, my mom gets mad at this, but I've always referred to coaching as the highest form of teaching in a little bit, and you're there because you're every aspect of their lives. It's not just on the court, especially a place like Stanford and the character development piece, and I think that's probably what attracted both of us to why we do what we do, trying to be a leader and trying to give these guys and gals a place to go, give them the runway. And you've been there as a player. That's huge.
All right, this one's longer.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Who is on your Stanford University Mount Rushmore?
Oh, that's easy.
It does not have to be athletics related.
I'm doing athletics. I'm doing men's basketball. Is that okay?
Sure.
I just got to go. There's more, but only because Rev and I have done this before. Like, just from my awareness of Stanford really starts with Todd Lichty and kind of with Coach Montgomery and how that team. And
I grew up watching Todd play.
yeah, and that's what I said. So and Rev played with him, so I was like, and so we broke it down. I said, and part of why I've always been attracted to this place is what they were able to do with guys like that. So Todd Lichty's maybe the one of one, according to Rev, and just kind of a guy that took the team got to that first tournament since, I don't know, for a while. And then obvious Brevin Knight.
True point guard, a pit bull.
True point guard, but also the program had this nice rise with Todd, I think, and Adam Keefe. And then Brevin came in at a point, and then they kind of took off. And so that's always been number two. Probably number three for me, because I actually was in a place where I recruited him a little bit, and it's always kind of the team that I kind of want us to model after. It wasn't the team that was loaded with the Collins twins and a lot of NBA talent, but it was Chris Hernandez. And again, a point guard, a leader, and watching him, you know, like Team USA stuff when he's younger. And I think that team had like Matt Loddick, Dan Grunfeld, Rob Little, Nick Robinson. Like, they just had a lot of guys that I would call very Stanford-like guys. How about yours?
Well, if I went with women's basketball, you know, it starts with Jennifer Azzi, our first All-American, who really kind of blazed the trail and put Stanford on the map. Sonia Henning, Val Whiting, Tricia Stevens, Nneka Gumake, Kate Starbird, Chinea Gumake, Candace Wiggins, Alana Smith, Kiana Williams, Cameron Brink, Haley Jones. I am going to forget somebody because there's so many.
You know, whittling down to four. You're a card by birth.
It's fun to be around. It's fun to coach great players, and great players want to be coached, and great players want to play with other great players. So, you know, we call it the sisterhood. It's you know, an incredible family, and it spans decades and generations. And you know, I know you're in your first year here at Stanford, but I think you felt that. You know, Stanford people have a really strong connection to each other and take care of each other.
100%. Like I said, pinch me because I'm here. And the idea that to be, my high school program was that way, my college program was that way. I've been a part of a couple like St. Mary's, and that was always my goal. And my career went a different path, but to be able to land this part in this place, it's really special to me.
Come on, choose another.
All right. As new leaders of Stanford, what kind of identity are you hoping to establish for your program?
You know, I think for our team, we're kind of in a building phase.
Sure.
You know, our roster looks a lot different. Our team is, you know, our youngest players are really growing. People are stepping into new roles. You know, we want to play tough. We want to play together. And there's a lot of change right now. Obviously, the move to the ACC, a coaching change, new roster, different rules with NIL, portal. You know, I think for our team, just really buying into what we call upholding the sisterhood. Yep. And that's, you know, coming in every single day with a great attitude, great effort. You know, the number one thing that we want the players in our program to learn is being a great teammate. And, you know, that's what translates on the court, translates off the court. And our team is working extremely hard. I'm proud of Brooke Dimitri and Elena Bosgana, Janiyah Harriel, our 3 seniors who are leading the way, navigating all this change. And then we have our, you know, Nuno Guerra stepping up as a go-to player, which is a huge responsibility as a sophomore. We have 2 young guards, Chloe Clardy and Shea Ijiwowe, who are leading the way. And, you know, you're playing against 5th and 6th year players, and, you know, they're competing their tails off, and, you know, it's going to come.
I love the way you guys play. First of all, running stuff offensively, I did at Columbia, and you guys' execution level is great, and that's a tribute to you guys coaching. I think you were calm as a cucumber over there.
Doesn't feel like it, Kyle.
I know. No, I know. It's like the duck. I know it's Turner saying, but super positive, and I said, like, we're fortunate in the sense we have 2 seniors in this first year that are doing an awesome job, and Maxime. He's
having a fantastic year.
He's having an All-American campaign.
He is.
And the key is for us, you know, it'll be difficult at Stanford to replace a guy like that next year. You're going to have to grow someone in our program or someone new coming. So again, it's like what the question asks, establishing identity is along the same thing. Let's have people that really want to be here, display that in their body language. I think that'll attract people. I think that's why you guys have such a good following in your games and this culture. It's 40 years of sisterhood. And we're trying to get something like that too, and I think our guys have done an incredible job doing that. That's culture.
I've heard you say that this, you know, Stanford was your dream job for a long time. What is something that kind of was not what you expected?
You know, not what I expected is more of the change. I love this place, and it's just a new world. Everything's changed. Yeah. But what was significant is what I loved about Stanford, and I've been, you know, I understand the high academic piece. Everyone thought that was a liability. I saw it as a huge asset.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, there's a handful of people that really want to take on the challenge of both things. They're really achievers. So that's what was the dream job. I want to coach people that really want to take these things on. They still exist. It's a little harder.
They're out there.
It's just a little harder path, and this money will change. It'll turn people's heads in that, but the idea that you would put this hard work in for 4 years and then this place will open up things for you for life. And Stanford still will, in my heart, and I know you know this too, we're gonna do everything we can. We're working with really bright people. We're gonna try to get this thing to be the best it can be, and it will.
Well, I love working with you, Kyle.
Me too. All the same team.
Go Card.
Go Card. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
We wrapped it.
I caught that.